This Zoom session is being brought to you by the fractal Bullseye Bubble Water. All right, today we'll be factoring certain expressions. A difference of squares, difference of cubes, and sum of cubes. Okay, if you have a difference of squares, that equals a difference times a sum. You can see that if you distribute it out. X times x squared, minus yx plus xy cancels, and minus y times y is a minus y squared. I give this name the 99 rule because if you have x is 10 and y is 1, then 10 squared minus 1 squared is 100 minus 1, which is 99. And 10 minus 1 times 10 plus 1 is 9 times 11, also 99. Similar to the 99 rule is difference of cubes. X cubed minus y cubed is, well, it's the same thing. It's x, y, y, same thing here. However, this part is a little more complicated. X squared plus xy plus y squared. Square plus product plus square. I call this the 999 rule because if x is 10 and y is 1, then on the left you get 10 cubed minus 1 cubed, which is 1000 minus 1 or 999. And on the right, you get 10 minus 1 times 10 squared plus 10 times 1 plus 1 squared. That's 9 times 111, also 999. Now, here we have a sum of cubes rule. And it's a lot like the difference of cubes rule, only every odd power of y we flip over. So instead of a minus y cubed, we have a plus y cubed. Minus y becomes plus y. X squared stays x squared. Plus xy is minus xy. This is an even power of y, so it stays plus y squared. You can get this one from this by just substituting a minus y for y, and then that's what, and then the same here, and that gets an x plus y, it gets a minus y, and negative y squared is the same as positive y squared. So this. So, however, you do not have a sum of cubes rule unless we use the square root of minus 1. So that's a whole other thing. All right, so examples. Factor x squared minus 16. Well, it's a square, x squared minus another square, 4 squared. And so there'll be difference times sum, x minus 4 times x plus 4. You have 9y squared minus a 64. Well, 9y squared is the square of 3y. 64 is the square of 8. And so the difference will be difference times sum. 3y minus 8 times 3y plus 8. Here we have 100m squared minus 1. This 100m squared is the square of 10m. 1 is the square of 1. Difference of squares is difference times sum. 10m minus 1 times 10m plus 1. This one, oh, here we have a difference of fourth powers, and they're being cute. Well, okay. First of all, a fourth power is a square of a square. So 16a to the fourth is the square of 4a squared. 81b to the fourth is the square of 9b squared. Okay, so we have a difference of squares. So it'll be a difference times a sum. 4a squared minus 9b squared times 4a squared plus 9b squared. Now this also, here, 4a squared minus 9b squared is a difference of squares. 4a squared is the square of 2a. 9b squared is the square of 3b. This is a sum of squares, and so it's we can't really do anything with it. But this, it 2 factors, times 2a minus 3b times 2a plus 3b. And that times 4a squared plus 9b squared. And as I said, this does factor if we allow square root of minus 1, which, did we do that? Complex numbers yet? Well, we will if we, in due course. And here we have a 2x squared minus 288. Ooh, neither 2x squared nor 288 is a square exactly, but we can remove a common factor of 2. And we're left with 2 times x squared minus 144. And these are squares. 2 times x squared minus 144 is 12 squared. So end result is the 2, we keep the 2, times difference of squares, x minus 12 times x plus 12. Now here we have a sum of cubes. A cubed plus 125. 125 is 5 cubed. So a cubed plus 5 cubed. Now recall, a sum of cubes is a sum times square minus product plus square. So in this case, a sum, a plus 5, times square minus product plus square, a squared minus a times 5 plus 5 squared. Okay, at this point, we have to clean this up and clean this up. So you get a plus 5 times a squared minus 5a plus 25. There's the factorization. 8r cubed plus s cubed. Again, a sum of cubes. 8r cubed is the cube of 2r, s cubed is s cubed. And so sum of cubes is sum times square minus product plus square. 2r plus s times square of 2r minus 2r times s plus s squared. Okay, we clean this up and clean this up. So you get 2r plus s times, this is 4r squared, this is minus 2rs, and this is plus s squared. Here we have 16t to the 6 minus 27b to the third. Well, a 6 and a 3, they're both cubes. 16t to the 6 is a cube of 4t squared. 27b cubed is a cube of 3b. Now this is a difference of cubes. It'll be difference times square plus product plus square. So here, 4t squared minus 3b. And here, square of 4t squared. Here, 4t squared times 3b. And here, square of 3b. And okay, so after a bit of cleanup, you get 4t squared minus 3b from here. This term becomes 16t to the fourth. This term becomes 12t squared b. This term becomes 9b squared. Now here, x to the 12th minus y to the 6th. This is a difference. You can think of it as a difference of cubes and as a difference of squares. It turns out it's more useful to think of it as a difference of squares. X to the 12th is x to the 6th squared minus y to the 6th is y cubed squared. Okay, difference of squares is difference times sum. X to the 6 minus y cubed times x to the 6 plus y cubed. Now, okay, this is a cube. A 6th power is a cube of a square, so this is a difference of squares. This, or cubes, excuse me. And this likewise is a sum of cubes. So, okay, this factors into x squared, a difference, x squared minus y, times square plus product plus square. This x cubed, squared cube plus y cubed factors into a sum, x squared plus y times square minus product plus square. And after a bit of cleanup with this and this, we get this long thing. X squared minus y times x4 plus x squared y plus y squared times x squared plus y times x4 minus x squared y plus y squared. Okay, that concludes this part.